Hello everyone. Here in this one video I am going to explain one topic which is known as inversible function using the concept of composition of function. Already we have got the idea about the inversible function. A function is said to be inversible if the function is one on and on to both. If the function satisfies both the conditions, then the function will be bijective. That means the bijective functions are inversible. Another definition is also there. Using the definition of composition of function, we can easily explain what actually inversible function is. So first of all, we are going to discuss the definition of inversible function using the concept of composition of function. So what is the definition? A function f from x to y is defined to be inversible if there exists a function g from y to x. A function f is there. Okay, f is a function from x to y. This function is said to be inversible if a function will be there in the reverse way. That means if we can consider a function g from y to x and such that their composition g naught f is equal to identity of x and f naught g equal to identity of y. Here identity of x means we'll explain later what is actually identity function after having the definition of inversible function. That means if their composition satisfy the identity property. Okay, here which one function is according to definition of composition of function, f is the first function and what is the domain of f? X. That's why here domain element will be all the elements of the set x. That means g naught f is equal to identity of x and f naught g, which one is the first function? G is the first function. What is the domain of g? Y. And its composition will be identity of y. Then the function g is known as the inverse of f. That means two functions are said to be inversible of each other if their composition f naught g or g naught f, whatever it may be, it should be identity function and its inverse will be known as f inverse. This is a very simple definition of inversible function using the definition of composition of function. Okay, if suppose a function is there, f is a function from x to y, and if you have to find out the inverse of that function, then we can easily use the composition of two functions properties. Then we can easily consider the another function g from y to x, we can easily consider. But remember, both the functions should satisfy the condition g naught f is equal to identity of x and f naught g is equal to identity of y. This condition should be satisfied. So whenever we have to find out the inverse of any function, we'll follow few steps which will be required, and that means we'll consider one function in a reverse way and we'll try to find out their composite. G naught f naught g, both will try to find it out, and if their composite equal to an identity function always, then the new function will be considered as the inversible of the earlier function. Okay, this is the basic definition of inversible function using composition of two functions. Now what do you mean actually, what is the meaning of g naught f and f naught g? What is the meaning of g naught f is equal to identity of x? Identity function means what? A function f is said to be identity if their domain and range elements are always equal. That means the domain element is x. If the domain element is x, then its range element will be also equal to x. We know that function itself is a relation. So this relation always contains ordered pairs. Here f will contains ordered pairs always, and here the relation f will contains all those ordered pairs where the first component is equal to the second component. That means domain and range elements are equal 1, 1, 2, 2. If the what is the image of, if f is an identity function, the image of 1 is 1, the image of 0 is 0, image of half is half, image of 3 is 3, image of 7 is 7. Whatever may be the domain element you will consider, if the function is an identity function, its image will be the same element. Okay, this is the definition of. That means we know that composite of two function itself is a function. That's why g naught f is a single function. Identity of x means it will satisfy the identity property. That means if we consider g naught f of suppose theta, then its image will be theta. What is theta? Theta is the domain element. We know that what is the domain of the composite function? The domain of the composite function is the domain of the first function. What is the first function here? F. Then f or domain to amar domain. That means theta to amar f or domain or element. And what you have got? Theta you have got. That means the function satisfies the identity property. So let us discuss one specific question where we'll try to find out the inverse of any function. Now listen. In your NCERT textbook, one specific line is there. You will get that. The line is this one. If f is inversible, then f must be 1 on and onto, and conversely, if f is 1 on and onto, then f must be inversible. Both the conditions satisfied. If a function is 1 on and onto, then it will be considered inversible, and if a function is inversible, then it must be 1 on and onto. This fact significantly helps to proving a function f is inversible by showing that f is 1 on and onto, especially when the actual inverse of f is not to be determined. Whenever the actual inverse of the function is not to be determined, we can easily use 1 on and onto function property, checking the function is 1 on and onto node to find out the inversible of that function. But if we have to find out the actual inverse of the function, we'll try to use composite of the function. Okay, one specific line is there in your textbook. That means whenever you have to find out the actual inverse, find the inverse of that function, we'll try to use the composite of two function property. So let us discuss one specific question. One example is there. Let f is a function from natural number to y. Y is the codomain set, and natural number set is the domain set here. Be a function defined as f of x is equal to 4x plus 3. What is x? X is a domain element. What is the domain set here? Natural number set. That means in place of x, you can consider any natural number. For all those natural numbers, 4x plus 3 will be the image. We don't have any idea about the set of y, but it is given specifically what is y. Y is the set. So y is that set which contains all those elements. Listen, the properties of y is given. Y is the set which contains all those elements. The elements must be natural number, and the elements should be exactly equal to what? 4x plus 3. That means, listen, if we consider domain element from the natural number set, this element is known as the image of that element. 1, what is the image of 1? 4 into 1, 4 plus 3, 7. The image of 1 is 7. Image of 2 is 4 to the 8, 11. Image of 1 is 7, image of 2 is 11, like that. That means the set y contains all those values 4x plus 3 only. Y contains 7. Y contains, the set y contains 11. If we consider x is equal to 3, then 4 3 is 12 plus 3, 15. That means the set y contains 15, like that only. That means we have got that for some x belongs to natural number. It is specifically given. That means only if we consider natural number for x, ami x or value bilak jeta natural number consider korim, he x or value khini karone jikhini corresponding y pai thakim hekhini yat thakibo. Oh, কথাটো দেখোন অলপ বেলেগ ধৰণৰ। তাৰমানে আমি ইয়াৰ যিখিনি নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ কৰেসপন্ড y অকল হেতৰ ইমেজ খিনি থাকিব, মানে y কি খিনি আছে 4x plus 3 খিনি আছে। y থাকে বুলি কৈছে, ক্যাপিটাল লেটাৰ y সেটটোত স্মল লেটাৰ y থাকে বুলি কৈছে, কিন্তু y টো কি হয়? y ইকুৱেল টু কিমান দিছে 4x plus 3, আৰু 4x plus 3 কি হয়? আমাৰ x ৰ ইমেজ খিনি। তাৰমানে আমি গম পালো যে এই y নামৰ সেটটোত ইয়াৰ অকল ইমেজ খিনি থাকিব। দ্যাট মিন্স ইউ উইল নট গেট এনি এক্সট্ৰা এলিমেন্ট ইন দ্য সেকেন্ড সেট y। y কোনো এক্সট্ৰা এলিমেন্ট নাথাকে। ইয়াত আমি যিখিনি নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ কনসিডাৰ কৰিম তাৰ যিখিনি কৰেসপন্ডিং ইমেজ হ'ব, কেনে গম পালা চোৱা, x টু নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ কনসিডাৰ কৰিলে y এটা কৰেসপন্ডিং ভ্যালু আহিব নহয়, সেই ভ্যালুটো কোট থাকিব সদায় y থাকিব। তাৰমানে এইটোৰ অকল x ৰ কৰেসপন্ডিং ইমেজ খিনি আছে। ইউ উইল নট গেট এনি এক্সট্ৰা এলিমেন্ট ইন দ্য সেকেন্ড সেট y। দ্যাট মিন্স হিয়াৰ দ্য কোডোমেইন সেট ইজ y as well as the range set is also equal to y. Range set কি হৈ গল? কাৰণ ইয়াত অকল ৰিয়েল এলিমেন্ট বিলাকে থাকিব। কেনেকে গম পালা? কাৰণ y সেটত অকল সেই y বিলাকে থাকিব যিবিলাক 4x plus 3 হয়। x ৰ জায়গাত কি বহাম? x ৰ জায়গাত নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ বহাম। What is the smallest natural number? 1 1 বহালে হল 7, 2 বহালে হল 11, 3 বহালে হল পালো 15। সো সেই ভ্যালু বিলাক ইয়াত আছে। That means all the elements of the second set y are related, therefore the function is onto. Interesting কথা। ফাংশনটো 1 অনু হয়, onto হয়। ভালকে চেক কৰি দেখিবা। 1 or 7 পাইছো, 1 or ইমেজ পাইছো 7, 2 ইমেজ পাইছো 11, 3 ইমেজ পাইছো 15। তেনে প্ৰত্যেকৰ ইউনিক ইমেজ আহি আছে, এটা ইমেজ আহিছে। এখানে ফাংশনটো 1 অনু হৈ আছে, onto হৈ আছে। আমি হে প্ৰসিডিউৰলে না যাও, as you have to find out the inverse. আমি both the process আমি ইউজ কৰিব পাৰো যদি টেক্সট বুক আছে। আমি কিন্তু এক্সাম পাৰপজত আমি দুইটা ইউজ কৰো। Any one of these two method you can easily use. So now I am going to explain actually. আমি সাবলে গলে ফাংশনটো আমি কি কম এতিয়া? মই সাপোজ বুজিব কাৰণে মই এটা এৰো ডায়াগ্ৰাম ড্ৰ কৰিছো। This is the natural number set and this is the set of y, capital Y. This is the function. Let x be the element of the set y. Our year element to moi y বুলি consider কৰিছো ঠিক আছে y মানে কি হয় actually x or image কিমান দিছে 4x plus 3 দি আছে what is y y is the image of x under a function f that's why y is also known as f of x but what is the f of x value is given 4x plus 3 ঠিক আছে so this is the expression now we are going to find out the so that the function is inversible and we'll try to find out the inverse so we'll try to prove it let given f from natural number to y defined by f of x equal to 4x plus 3 it is already given okay now as you have to use the composition of two functions what we will do according to the definition of inversible function using composite of function we will consider another function g in the reverse way we will consider similarly you have to define the function also eta kotha janato bhal je eta function dia thakile he function to domino element bla kenedore change hoise to mention kora thake je defined by boli likhe ami e domino element bla kenedore change hoise to mention kora thake now we are going to consider another function in the reverse way let g from y to n be a function g from y to n be a function defined by now how can we define the function g f to another define kora hoise then g to ami can define korim so observe the arrow diagram carefully f or under ami x or image to ki paisu y ami eta g to kopra consider korisu obviously ami reverse dot consider korisu g to jeta ami g to y pora n ole consider korisu tene g karone domain etu hobo obviously ami etu function bile consider korisu maybe inversible or may not be inversible আমি দেখা যাক g নামৰ এটা ফাংশন কনসিডাৰ কৰিছা g কাৰণ ডোমেইন সেট কি হৈ গল y কাৰণ g টো ইয়াৰ পৰা ইয়ালৈ গৈছে আৰু কোডোমেইন কি হল ন্যাচাৰাল নাম্বাৰ সো under the function g y will be the domain element defined by then আমি g of y বুলি লিখিম এটা সোয়া f ৰ কাৰণে ডোমেইন এলিমেন্ট কি হেকান আমি f of x আছিল হেকান আমি f of x 4x + 3 লিখিছো কিন্তু g কাৰণে ডোমেইন এলিমেন্ট কি obviously g কাৰণে ডোমেইন এলিমেন্ট কিমান হ'ব y now what is the image of y in the reverse way the image of y will be x okay but remember you have to write down the expression if x is there inside the bracket then the expression which lies on the right hand side should be an expression of x functional khetrot x to jodi bracket or domain element hoy tete hole right hand side expression to x ore hobo lagibo tete ami right hand side or g er bracket or ki likhisu y then right hand side expression ami ki hobo lagibo y te express koribo lagibo but how can we express x in terms of y ami kenedore express korim ta kan ami ki sabo lagibo what is this x and y are totally related ta mane ami x and y eta antol related hoise tele ami enake likhibo paru y = 4x + 3 hoy so whenever you have to find the value of x or you have to find a relation in between x and y that means we will try to write down f of x = 4x + 3 that means y = 4x + 3 from here we can easily write down that means x is equal to what y minus 3/4 in this way we will try to find out the value of x eta kotha to hol listen carefully jeti ami notun function ta reverse way consider korim he function to keneke define korim karon g er karone y to domain element hekane g of y y tane image ki hobo g under x som x bil liksu but ya to jodi y likha ase tane right side expression to hoda y hobo lage kintu x ok ami y kenada express korim jetu given question asil f of x = 4x + 3 so question to dia asil etu f of x mane ki hoy y he expression to ani loi etu y = 4x + 3 tak enedore simplify koriba you have to simplify in such a way that you will get the value of x hodai pabo lagibo or pabai after having the simplification you will get a relationship between x and y where you will get the exact value of x and you have to put it here that is g of y = ami kiman palu y minus 3/4 now according to the definition of composite of two functions we will try to find out what we will try to find out their composite g not f find out korim and f not g find out korim okay ar duita jodi identity property satisfy kore identity means etu property f of x = kiman hobo laibo x hobo lagibo tar domain jitu element consider koriba simplify pisot image hetu element e ahibo laibo tete ami ta identity now g not f আমি প্ৰথম g not f উলিয়াম এতিয়া according to definition of composite function which function is a first function f is a function তেনে ইয়াৰ যিটো ডোমেইন এলিমেন্ট হ'ব composite functionৰ ডোমেইনটো ফাৰ্স্ট ফাংশনটো ডোমেইনৰ লগত ইকুৱেল হয় সেম হয় একেটা ডোমেইন হয় f ৰ ডোমেইনটো কি আছিল নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ তেন আমি নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ পৰা এটা এলিমেন্ট লম x ললো ওকে এটা according to definition of composite function it will be f of x x belongs to কৰ পৰা আহিছে নেচাৰেল নাম্বাৰ পৰা আহিছে মন ৰাখাটো ভাল তেনে g f of x মানে আমাৰ কিমান দিয়া আছিল 4x + 3 f of x ৰ ভ্যালু বহাম 4x + 3 মই অলৰেডি আগৰ আমি ভিডিও বিলাকত ডিসকাস কৰি আহিছো that whenever you will get an expression in place of x or in place of the domain element we will consider a new variable in that place suppose g of moi theta buli lolo where you can use any symbol in place of 4x + 3 theta is equal to 4x + 3 now g of y is equal to y - 3/4 so g of y equal to y - 3/4 hole g of theta kiman hobo theta - 3/4 tamne theta - 3/4 okay so what is the value of theta theta is 4x + 3 +3 - 3 cancel then 4 cancel it will be what ix ami domain of jitu element loisu ami after having the simplification you have got the same image then function to identity satisfy korise kintu yat ki likhise swa I of x I of y teneke likhise actually ki bostu I of x I of y x is nothing but a domain set f for domain to first function f for domain to ki asil x hetu mention korise yat first function ki g domain to ki hoy y hekana y likhise then amar x to kor pra hise domain car domain f for domain what is the domain of f natural number hekana ami ki likhim etu identity of natural number now we'll try to find out the composite of f not g we'll try to find it out also f not g we'll try to find it out f not z which one is the first function here g is the first function so what is the domain of z what is the domain of z here y so then ami tar domain of eta element lom y is equal to f of g of y belongs to capital Y now what is the value of g of y we have got it g of y is equal to y - 3/4 then g of y is equal to y - 3/4 you can consider any symbol to represent the domain element g domain to y ase kane je g domain to y ase kane mo y lese ta kono kotha nahi tomalke g kono symbol tar domain element hisabe lobo para mo khali y loisu tomalke theta alpha beta gamma any symbol you can use but you have to mention y belongs to the capital set y now again in place of the domain element you have got any expression so we will try to consider one new variable to represent it suppose f of p where p is equal to what y - 3/4 now what is the value of f of x this is nothing but f of x what is the value of f of x f of x is equal to 4x f of x is equal to what 4x + 3 so f of p is equal to 4p + 3 4 p means y - 3/4 + 3 +4 - 4 cancel answer is y same procedure zero domain element asil ami image ok eketa element e paisu tane function to identity property satisfy korise but here we will write down this one is identity function what is the domain set here domain element to y kor pra ahise g domain opra what is the domain of g here g domain to ki asil y hekana ami ki likhim identity of capital Y as g not f is equal to identity of natural number and f not g is equal to identity of y tera ki koisil jodi duita property identity property satisfy kore then g is called the inverse of f therefore the new function that we have considered g from y to natural number defined by g of y is equal to y - 3/4 is the inversible function of f, and inverse of f is z. That is f inverse of x equal to f inverse means what? Z of x. What is the z of x? Z of y is equal to y minus 3 by 4. So z of x is equal to x minus 3 by 4. Okay, so these are the steps. If you have any doubt, then obviously go to the video once again, step by step. And if you have any doubt, then obviously you can message me in this one number. My number is already there, or here also in this video you can easily send me a message. I will try to clear your doubts. So what are the steps? First of all, one function will be given to you. Very simple process. One function will be given to you. We'll consider a function in the reverse way. But remember, if a function is given, that the property will be given under what condition? The domain element will be sensed. As we consider that z is the new functions, we'll try to write down the condition under which the element will be sensed. Another function z, y is the domain and natural number set is the codomain set. Z karone hekane y to domain element hoy gol, x to range element. Therefore z karone y image ami ki likhisu x. But ami jano je iya g to element thake right hand side or expression to he element or hobo lagibo. Now we'll go to the given condition. Ami a function to given function g to condition asil, ami he condition to likhim f of x equal to 4x plus 3. Mane y is equal to 4x plus 3. Now we'll try to simplify. After having the simplification, you will get the value of x. X is equal to what? Y minus 3 by 4. Aru he value to moi likhaisu. As you have got both the functions, now we'll try to find out their composite. Dita function of composite will ever try koilu. Z not f of x. Already I have explained. Just go to the video once again. And you have gotten x. Zero domain element consider korislo. To range element hisabe paisu. Hekane function to identity property satisfy korisu. Similarly, we have got f not z also. F not z ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি z to first function tar domain to asil y. Hekane ami y part element loisu kana y boli consider korisu. You can use any symbol. Ma khali y to ko paise likhi disu. After having the simplification, you have got the same element as the image. That's why it is also an identity function. Duta composite identity hoy, teta ami jit notun function consider korisu, it will be considered as the inversible of the previous function. And what is the inverse? F inverse of x equal to f inverse means what? Z. F for inverse to belage kuno hoy, z hoy. So g of x I have written. So g of x is equal to x minus 3 by 4. Kot palu. G of y is equal to y minus 3 by 4 hole. Tele g of x equal to x minus 3 by 4. Thank you so much for watching the video.